Tim Tebow had a chance last week to meet us.
He had an opportunity?
He did. There was a bunch of other people there that were trying to meet him, and then we walked up. And I just think you'll appreciate this. I don't say my name. I'm kind of the front of the three of us walking up there. And I said, we're the Beatitudes. And I just put up my hand. I said, that's Nick, Paul, I'm Jeff. He says, Beatitudes. I said, yeah, we make conversations around faith accessible by bringing humor to this conversation around holiness. He's like, cool. We snap a picture, and he says a couple of things. And then he goes, you guys have a great name. And I go, you do too.
and he blushed. It was the funniest thing. He didn't know what to do with it.
And we walk off, and Nick goes, you just big-timed Tim Tebow. Like,
Big time.
Thank the good Lord. Whoa, all right. Thank I just didn't know you were going into a full howl there.
The lip was so quivered.
Yes, it is Friday though, so thank God it's Friday, and I mean that in the most literal sense. Thank you guys for tuning back in. This is the bonus episode of The Beatitudes. If you've never been before, it's a show for Christian men seeking to grow in holiness as we try to follow the Lord in this crazy world, and we walk arm in arm with each other and sprinkle in some humor along the way. So, and if you're on YouTube, you're seeing that we're taking my words quite
so
literally.
Manly. This is what
right
men
now.
do.
Yes. So,
this is what men do.
My name is Paul Kolker. I am joined, as always, by Jeffrey Scheffelbein.
I like the way you said if you've never been here before, because I want to start asking people, have you ever been to the Beatitudes? That's going to be my question.
It's a place.
You ever been to the Beatitudes?
Meet us at the _.
Oh, yeah. My man.
It's a state of mind.
Yes.
But yes, joined by Jeffrey Scheffelbein and Nicholas Besner.
Not just a pretty face.
And tune into YouTube to confirm for yourself. And we're here with our special guest from Monday again, bonus episode with Michael Hoffman. That was a fun episode.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
It was fun for me, too.
Okay.
It was a blast for me, too, yeah.
Good.
We haven't left for a week, so this is...
Yes, we've just been sitting right here. Same
week.
clothes.
Thinking about Friday.
Yep.
Thinking about Friday.
A lot of mental prep. Actually, but what we're going to do, though, we're going to keep the fun going. We're going to play the bonus edition of our game that we played. And same deal, you got to judge us. Okay. But this one, we're trying to get you to guess which character we are. So we each get a different character card.
Love this game.
We actually have work to do here.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Excuse me.
All right, but as different characters, we all have to answer the same prompt. So I can say the prompt out loud, but then you have to try to guess who we are. So the prompt is what priests really want to talk about in their homilies.
Nice.
In their homilies, priests don't want to talk about what Jesus can do for you, but what you can do for Jesus.
Do I get to say now, or
Yeah,
do we
you
get
have to
at the
do
end?
it now.
That's definitely John F. Kennedy.
U.S.
just
President.
nailed that.
Yeah.
U.S. President John F.
That
Kennedy.
was great.
Well, there you go.
And of course, they don't want to talk about what
Nailed it.
Jesus can do for you, right?
Don't ask what you can do for Jesus, but what Jesus can do for you. Nailed it. Very good.
That was great. What priests really want to talk about in their homilies: 1, getting back to church and attending every Sunday. 2, honoring your father and your mother. 3, thou shalt not kill. 4,
How far are you going to go?
yeah. I wasn't starting on the 10 Commandments, but then I was like, okay, that's an illogical place to go. I'm just going to stop.
You're in
there.
a good spot there.
5. I mean, I want to say he's an actor.
Oh, man.
You were
I have
doing-
a guess.
No?
Was that
Yeah.
Christopher Walken?
Yes,
that you
I
were
was
doing?
going to say.
I think
I
he's
was
like
going
a
with Christopher
robot.
Walken.
AI
Like
robot.
a AI robot. Yeah.
with an AI
He was-
robot.
Because he had that like monotonic.
Yeah.
Well, I have to tell you, if you were going to do a Christopher Walken, that's how you'd approach it, as an AI robot.
Fair.
So,
Fair.
that was very good.
All right. What priests really want to talk about in their homilies is just how dangerous the outdoors is and how you shouldn't be outside for too long at all. Also because there are spiders out there, and I hate even looking at those. Anything with 8 legs, 6 legs, really. I mean, it's just it's unnatural. So they were the result of the fall. They're a product of the fall. God didn't create those. They're after the sin. And also water. Water's dangerous. It's good in certain amounts, but you just...
Do I have to jump in? I was
Anytime you
going to
want.
say, he was going, well, I have to say, is that an actor?
No. No, it's just like a
More
general.
Oh, a general thing.
Yeah,
Okay,
like-
because I'm channeling people.
That's okay.
here.
Where
you've
did
been
you-
going specific.
What kind
yeah.
of general thing is going on with this guy? Sorry.
A naturalist, a scientist. Now I'm going general. Paleontologist.
Oh, dang. No, I was trying to go with irrationally fearful. So, like all the phobias.
Well, sure.
I was trying.
Did we have any points on the line? I skipped that part.
I was gonna say this one's
Well,
worth 2
Thank goodness
points.
nobody had points on the line.
He just assigns his own points anyway. So,
Yeah. How many? Who
Yeah,
wins
whoever
some
was it-
points?
Okay, so 5 points for the best Christopher Walken. I think I've heard in a long, long
Wow,
time.
that's a reverse.
Actually,
Yeah.
what I
Remote.
who was the guy in Jurassic Park?
Jeff Goldblum?
Jeff
Yeah.
Goldblum. I really got Jeff Goldblum.
I
out
can
of that.
see that.
Life finds a way.
Yeah. See, that's even better. Okay, so definitely 5 points for a great Jeff. And Jeff, I'm going to have to give you 15 points because we did. It was so clear.
I got
that
it.
yeah.
Michael, ever since you said my name, Jeff, I'm going to give you,
Yeah.
I felt a connection.
It's palpable.
It was presidential.
It was. Wow.
This is one small step for Jesus.
That's exactly right.
Okay, we got him. That's not a president.
One giant leap for the Holy Spirit.
That's it.
That's right. Okay, we're going to transition here.
Yeah.
How? How are you going to do that?
Wow.
We're just going to do a hard reset.
I know.
I'll take this time to
Please
just say my not just a pretty face. That was a little bit of an Easter egg for Allie. It was a little inside joke from we were in Camp Fort Worth together back in high school, 16 or 17 years ago. I don't know where that inside joke originated.
Not
but
just a pretty face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's amazing. That was a nice transition, actually.
yeah.
Yeah. Allie, my third daughter out of 4 children, the future saint of joy.
Mm.
Yeah. I can see why she said it because she's not just a pretty face. She's a powerhouse.
And you and Allie are not a small deal. You have found a way to make a big name for yourself on the big stage of the internet. Can you tell us more about what happened there?
We are the victims of the internet. I'd like to share that story. A lot of people say, "Oh man, when are you going to make your next viral video?" It's like we didn't make our first one. We were victims
It was
of the
not
internet.
by choice. Go on.
Yeah. Okay. So the quick story is here in Dallas we had an ice storm. Gosh, about 7 years ago. It was, we were locked in our house for 4 days, and on the third day, the Lord said. But on the third day, we were pretty much locked in. My daughter Allie, and she was 24 at the time. She says, "What do you want to do?" I said, "I don't know. What do you want to do?" She goes, "Let's make a video." I said, "Okay." So she put the iPad up in the kitchen, and there was a new song out, which tells you when this came out. So Uptown Funk was the first, just came out. It was a really cool song. I loved it. And I went, wow, this is really great. So she said, okay, we're going to make a video. And we call it the Ice Day Challenge, and we danced in the kitchen. My wife, about halfway through, she hears what's going on. As she comes in, Allie goes, just go for it. And so she kind of does her little cameo, and then she leaves. And we put it out on the internet. We said, this is what we're doing. We call it the Ice Day Challenge. So that we challenge you to do something better. And if you've ever done anything on the internet that got any likes, it's like, oh my gosh, somebody watched this. And there's 10 views. I can't believe it. Oh, 100 views. Wow, 1,000 views like in an hour. And then after a while, it just started going crazy. And they picked it up on the news. And it went, at one time, it was trending at 1 million views every 3 hours.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was absolutely crazy. It went. I think it peaked at 15 million. It's kind of tapered off then, but it was shared over 250,000 times. We had hundreds, if not thousands, of people that comment on it, and we still get comments every single day. Every single day we get comments because we've done 4 of these videos now. And my wife has her own following because they love when Michelle comes in. We did one video without her, and we got people going, "Wait a minute, where's Mom?" This is America's Kitchen. And we did one right before COVID that went viral, and the first one hit 15 million on her Facebook alone. The second one, we started to understand how it works, so we put it on our YouTube page, and that got a couple of million, which was great. But it went viral in 14 countries. Whoa. And we did it to "Hold My Hand" by Jess Glenn.
Awesome song.
Right before the beginning, actually right at the beginning of COVID, and it just clicked. people just loved it and they shared it. We started following how many views did that get? How many? We stopped counting at 200 million views.
Oh my God.
That is not a misnomer. You did not hear that wrong. We stopped counting at 200 million views.
Wow.
It's shared over 1 million times. It went viral in 14 countries. We were interviewed in Ukraine. We were on a Ukraine show.
Wow.
We were all over the place. People just loved it. We were on the show. Like they did this whole thing. Cedric the Entertainer was the host, and it was on best COVID viral videos. And we were on. It was a pilot show, and we were on that show, and he liked me. What I mean by liked is he liked to make fun of me. He goes, yeah, he goes, there's a dad that's got some moves. All right, boomer, calm down. I mean, he had a lot of comments for me, but he loved Allie. Oh, my gosh. It was a blast. But
she sells it. She's awesome on those videos.
Oh, yeah. It's dancing in the kitchen. And like I said, we still get we get comments every single day from around the world.
Well,
it's really so cool. It's
part of that got picked up for an Oreo commercial, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, as a matter of fact, we were on an Oreo commercial, and the only mistake that we made in all of this is we didn't ask for Oreos for life. But that's a regret.
They just sent you a niblet, huh?
They did. They didn't even do that. They sent us a little bit of a check. But that was the only thing we ever got paid. People ask us, well, how much money have you made? Because, it's been millions of views. And it's like nothing because we don't own the songs.
And talk about the woman who owns that song, the one that's over 200
Jess Glenn called us. She actually called us up, and she said, this is cool. She said, you guys don't understand. This song is 5 years old. It's been off the charts for years, and our video put her song back on the charts. It was awesome. And she called us a couple times just to kind of talk. She never sent us a check, so if you're watching, Jen. But Bruno never called either for Uptown Funk. I think we were the first ones to do a video around Uptown Funk. And we just hit the wave, but we've done several videos, and here's the biggest aha. Whenever I get a chance to talk in front of an audience, I use that video a lot. Allie does too, when she's speaking in front of an audience. And we love to show the video. It connects with the audience. And one of the coolest things is they're watching the video, and all of a sudden you see people in the audience lift up their phones. They start videotaping because you can tell. They're going, you never know who's in front of us right now. It's that guy. Yeah. So, but the biggest aha is, so I'll show the video and then I'll come in from the back and I'll tell them the story about it. And on day 3, we got a call from America's Got Talent.
Whoa.
They did. Yeah. They called us up and they said, hey, we want you to be on the show. And Allie goes, why? And they go, oh, we love your act. I'm going, what act? Have you seen the video? There's no act. What are you going to do, roll out a kitchen and have us just dance? And they go, no, America would love it. Mom, dad, daughter, family, Americana. I go, yeah, but isn't the goal to go to Vegas? And there was a long pause. And she goes, well, you're not going to win. I would say, you want us to come on national television, and the best they could do is go, wow, you guys are really great. No thanks. We didn't go. We didn't do it.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Do you get recognized?
No, I actually, if I do, it's because people have hung around me long enough, and they'd go, oh, wait a minute, I knew I knew you, but never,
It's when you start doing some
so I start doing some moves, when you're in church, you're doing the moves.
Guy.
That's right. Wait a minute.
After I saw you speak and I saw that video, I went to my office, and I know you hear this story every single day from people, but I was like, you guys, you know who I talked to last night? And I was like, bragging, and some of them were like, that's awesome. Other people were like, what?
What?
Why are you so pumped up? And I'm like, because I've watched that video 10 times.
Yeah, 1 million times. One of the things I love about this is the big aha for me is, and this is why you share it. This is why you share the video is because, or why I share the video when I'm speaking is the big aha is we literally get thousands of people that comment on it, and they fall into 2 categories. And they told us, you better get tough, man, because the people on the internet, they're going to say some mean things. Just get a thick skin, everything else. We've had, and I'm talking hundreds, tens of thousands of comments. 1 negative.
Wow.
And that was from my nephew, and he's a curmudgeon. So we saw that one coming. Yeah, we knew that was coming. But other than that,
I'll talk to you at Thanksgiving.
That's exactly right. You're like, come on. All right, that's one. But they fall into 2 categories, and it's either I wish I had, or you remind me of. And I love that because what it does is it really kind of reminds. That's what I use it to set up whatever the talk is. But it's going to be about culture. It's going to be about having influence. And the big question is people ask me, how long did it take you to make the video? And my answer is always 24 years. My wife and I worked 24 years on that video. because it takes a lot to create a culture where, you've got one of people on your team and your family that goes, hey, I'm going to do something stupid. Come with me. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you betcha. Let's go. What are we doing? What are we doing, coachies? Let's do it. So, and to put something out there that's just kind of, and the impact that it's had has been marvelous, absolutely marvelous. But I love that. It's either I wish I had or you remind me of. And to me, that's the biggest motivational thought is that everybody, I'm talking around the world, because I speak around the world, and every audience is the exact same thing. I wish I had or you remind me of. Everybody wants that connection. They want joy. They don't want to think so, deep, heavy. Life is about joy. It's about, and we all want, it's a common thread throughout every culture, but you have to create it. You really have to go out of your way to create it. So let's talk about that. So that's how I use it to start off a speech.
Your wife just comes straight into that first video and goes for
does.
it. Like,
yeah.
Go with it. There's a lot of people like, go with what?
That's right.
You and your dad are dancing around the kitchen? Like, go with what?
Well, it helps that we do that a lot.
Yeah.
So, we do that a lot anyway, whether we're being filmed or not. There's a lot of dancing in that kitchen. Yeah. I love that too. She absolutely went for it. And like I said, there was one video where she wasn't. It was just Allie and I doing a video. And we got more comments from people going, nice video. Where's Mom? What'd you do with Mom? Where's Mom? Let's do it again. Mother's not in this one. So we've got America's Kitchen and the hottest mom out there. So it's very, very popular.
In the car, my kids will ask, it's on the kids' playlist of songs. They're like, get the one of the dad and his daughter dancing. That's what the song was called until they learned the name of it. And that's what we play the song is named after you and your daughter dancing.
Is that right? What's the name of the song? Get the dad and his daughter. Yeah. I have to tell you, so we get some of the most beautiful comments, but one of my favorites is when they send videos of their kids. Like we've had some of the most things. People talking about, I have an autistic child, does not speak, does not communicate, nonverbal, but they have to watch your video every day. And they show a video of this beautiful little girl just going crazy, just absolutely nuts over this video. And she's doing all the moves and she's watching it and she's doing it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, something as simple and joyful as that being put out there. It's like, that's important stuff of life.
It's like the holiness, the most normal thing.
That's what it is. People ask me, well, how many times did it take you to make the video? I go, have you seen the video? It fell over once, so we did it twice. The first one we did twice because the first time it fell over. But there's no choreograph. If you watch the videos, there's no choreography. We just pick a song and then we just do it. And whatever we do, we do. It's awesome.
I love seeing how moved you are, even thinking of an audience reaction. It reminds me that over this past summer, Paul got a note. So he does this bookmarked podcast where he reads children's books but uses all of his voices and sounds. And it took off during COVID in a big way. The world is demanding more, Paul. We need to get you back out on that court.
That'd be awesome.
We got some nice microphones right here for you, right?
Yeah.
So, and we have recorded a couple here, but one of the most recent was Paul got a message from a mom. And I'll let you give the details so I don't butcher it, but it has a similar vein of what you were just talking about.
Yeah, it floored me because she said, oh, my son is a super fan, and he listens like 3 hours a day to your recorded stories and all of this. And that blew me away just on its own. But then she said, normally a kid his age would be out running around, but he has spina bifida, and so he's stuck in his wheelchair. She just said that this is what gives him joy. And so I did a birthday episode for him, and she just said it absolutely made his day. And it floored me to even think about, that it can have that kind of impact.
You gave him legs.
Yeah.
You literally free him in his mind.
Gosh, wow.
That's awesome.
Isn't that cool too? Because the way that you do that, Paul, it's like we always encourage people to watch the YouTube version of this, but if you're listening to anything, then you get to close your eyes and let your imagination take off. So this kid sitting in his wheelchair is allowing his brain to take over with this creativity, and you're giving him that vehicle for it with your voices and sound effects and
taking him there, man.
Oh man,
igniting the imagination. Yeah. That's a gift.
Talk about a viral video, and everybody in here's got tears in their eyes. What happened to this bonus show?
What happened?
The bonus is the tears.
I think actually the bonus show is probably the most important show, because if anybody got anything from your show or gets anything from your show, it's that this is what faith is all about. It's about people. It's about love. It's about don't make it so hard. Don't make love so hard.
Yeah, just enjoy it.
Yes.
Right? Put the joy in it.
Yes. Everybody wants it, man. Everybody wants it.
The description, if somebody says, "What is your podcast?" My 5-word version, can't count, but is we make conversations around faith accessible, because the humor part and the self-deprecating and the fraternity of it, we can talk about anything. We talk about really hard stuff on here. We've cried all over this tiny table, but we make faith conversations accessible. But so do you with what you're doing here. Dancing in the Kitchen makes the family unit loving Christ, trying to serve one another and do the right thing, and being goofballs to a Bruno Mars song makes faith accessible.
To me, that's the next phase. I mean, I've been a speaker for a while. I've worked in the corporate world for a long time. But the next phase is the family. That's where I'd like to stick my flag, is because it's been so wonderful, and to be able to talk about how do you. That's what I get a lot from parents is how do you get your kids to dance with you? How do you get your kids? And the answer is you don't. But you dance and they'll follow.
Yeah.
You know, that, but it's the little tips and techniques. And I don't have a lot of I'm trying to bring my faith into it as far as the teachings of the church and but the majority of it is, let's just talk family. Let's just talk, you being a wonderful parent. Let's just talk about how do you create a culture in your house where I want to be here? Whether you're the kid or whether you're the parent, whether you're the spouse, I want to be here. This is my place, and we have to create that more. That this is where the biggest battle is in our lifetime is with the family, and we have to approach it more and more on purpose, and it's not hard. Yeah. It's just purposeful.
Be intentional.
Yep. Be intentional.
Remind me, how can people find you if they're listening to the show and they want to keep up with Michael Hoffman and see what's up, or get you booked to come be a speaker in their church or their corporation?
Man, I would love that. Michael at ignitingperformance.com. We love doing Lenten retreats. And if you want us to bring the dance show, it's not really the dance show, but we can use that as I would love to have my daughter and myself come and do a Lenten retreat at your church, which we absolutely love. 3 days, that will be life-changing. And or anywhere in the corporate world, I'm here to serve.
That's very, very cool. So be sure to check that out. I just looked down at your phone. I see that you have 8,562 unread messages. So I can tell that you're a guy who's gone viral before. Like, Michael, clean it up, man.
Those are today.
That's
I got those today.
Look at that number. My brain can't handle that phone right now. Turn off the screen. Hey, let me share one fun story with you about the Beatitudes, and then we'll get out of here. Thank you. I can breathe again. We actually Tim Tebow had a chance last week to meet us.
He had an opportunity?
He did. Nice. There was a bunch of other people there that were trying to meet him, and then we walked up, and I just think you'll appreciate this. I don't say my name. I'm kind of the front of the three of us walking up there, and I said, "We're the Beatitudes." And I just put out my hand. I said, "That's Nick, Paul, I'm Jeff." He says, "Beatitudes." I said, "Yeah, we make conversations around faith accessible by bringing humor to this conversation around holiness." He's like, "Cool." We snap a picture, and he says a couple of things. And then he goes, "You guys have a great name." And I go, "You do too."
and he blushed. It was the funniest thing. He didn't know what to do with it.
And we walk off, and Nick goes, "You just big-timed Tim Tebow." Like,
big time Tim. It was the fact that you cupped his face and you said, and you're a beautiful man.
Timmy.
Timster.
Yes.
Oh, Timothy Tebow.
All right. Well,
that's awesome.
What I couldn't believe is that right after Tim Tebow, we had a chance to have Michael Hoffman here on the Beatitudes. So
it's all downhill from here, Fid. That's it. Tim Tebow, and then, well, okay. We got to lower the bar a little bit.
That's right. No, you're a blessing to all of us, and I can't wait for your daughter to be the saint, the patron saint of joy and kitchen dancing, because she can make that mark, kitchen dancing with your family, and you can be and companions.
Yeah, she's already been beatified in our household, so that's good. Well, it's first step.
You've been beatituded.
Oh, nice! Now cut my face and just say, look me deep in the eyes and go,
"You have a wonderful name."
A wonderful name. Can I tell you something? You've got a beautiful face.
But more than just a pretty face.
We almost ended on a high note. Almost. Very close.
More than just a pretty face.
That's right.
More than just a pretty face.
Well, thank you for joining us again on this Friday bonus episode. Please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Like the show. Share it with somebody. Go back and watch the last 5 or 6 episodes. There's a lot of great stuff in there. A lot of golden nuggets from our guests. So many good things. Until next time, we will
See you in the Eucharist.
God bless. Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like to join us at our undersized table, subscribe to the video version of the show on YouTube by typing @ that's the symbol @ so shift and 2 on your keyboard, @the_Beatitudes on YouTube. We'll see you there.
This podcast is part of the Spoke Street Network. For more great podcasts, visit spokestreet.com.